In this next part of the module, we are going to talk about competitive advantage, how to create competitive advantage. So when before you do decide on what are the strategies and what is the composition you are going to take, what you have to do is you have to analyze your competition. So first of all, you have to identify your competitors. Let us say you are into a category like masalas. There are thousands of products there out there in the market. But not all of them are your competition. There may be hundreds of brands, but not all 100 are your competition. You have to define who is your competition and decide who is your competitor. For example, you take the case of bakers. For bakers, Achi or Shakti Masala is not their competition. Because first of all, their packaging is different. One is carton packaging, the other is pouch packaging. Two, the pricing is different. One is lower cost compared to the other. Their target audience is different. That is why the price is different. That is why the packaging is different. So where the products are kept in the shops are also different. For example, bakers will be more prevalent in supermarkets, while even a B or C category outlet will carry Shakti or an Achi Masala. So, who's then the competition of bakers? It will be say Everest or MTR or MDH. Because again, they are more into North Indian masalas. You will not find a rasam powder mix in bakers. On the other hand, they have lots of other North Indian masalas like Channa masala, chaat masala, pani puri masala, pav bhaji masala, and all those stuff. So obviously, there is a clear cut differentiation between who is your competition within the category itself. So you have to clearly identify who is your competition. Again, when we look at the tea industry, you have Baker, you have AVT, you have Brewpond, you have Tata, you have Gujarat tea products, which is Wagh Bagri, the brand. These are all competition. They compete among each other. But when it comes to other brands, many of them are not competition per se for these people. Although they are also tea, they are manufacturing the same product, they are in the same category, they are say in the same shops, but they are not competition. So you have to identify who's your competition first, and then you have to assess those competition. Find out what exactly they are doing, what is the kind of margins they are paying for the super stockists, and distributors and the retailers. What are the offers that they are giving? What is their uh, combination, the ingredients that they are using, what is the brand promise that they are talking about, in what way are they different from competition, what is that they are saying that they're unique in what way. So all this you have to look at, you have to assess the competition, you have to find out how strong they are and what is the thing that you can do about it. Only if you can you assess them, you'll be able to do it. Then you have to determine the objectives, identify the strategies. So what is the objective, what are you planning? Do you want to be number one, or you want to be number two, or what is the objective? Are you planning to have a 10% market share or 50% market share? Then you have to identify the strategies. Based on that, you have to identify what is the strategy that you're going for. Then you have to assess your own strengths and weaknesses. You have to find out the competitors' strengths and weaknesses. You have to find out their strategies and what will be their patterns. So their object, not only ours, their objectives, their strategies, their strengths and weaknesses, and their reaction patterns, you will have to find out. Only then you will be able to decide what you want to do. So you have to, based on this, you have to identify the strategies. Then selecting competitors to attack and to avoid. Which competitor you have to attack, which competitor you have to avoid. You may be sure that your product is very good, you know it has done very well when you did your studies, but you may not be very strong. So if you go and directly attack your immediate competition, they may actually crush you. So you have to be very careful. You have to decide, if I'm a biscuit manufacturer, better not to touch Britannia in the first attempt. So you have to be careful whom to attack and whom to avoid. So you have to identify the competitors, assess their competition in terms of what is their objectives, what is their strategies, what are their strengths and weaknesses, and you have to also estimate what will be the reaction patterns. For example, if you increase the price, what will they do? If you decrease the price, what will they do? If you come out with a new product, what will they do? So you have to find out all this based on studies that you conduct. Maybe marketing analysis, maybe proper structured market research. Now selecting competitors to attack and to avoid. So this is what the first step is, competitor analysis. Once you have done that, then you can develop competitive marketing strategies. So what is a marketing strategy that you want? Porter talks about four strategies. One is on one axis you have the broad and narrow vision. The other you have differentiation and cost. So what you're looking at, are you looking at a competition strategy which is cost based or differentiation based? So if you have a differentiation based strategy which is very broad, then you're talking about differentiation strategy per se. You are looking at how you can be very different from competition. There are not number of things you can be different at. Or if you're looking at cost and again broad spectrum, you can look at cost leadership. You want to be a leader in the area. Or you're looking at narrow focus, then you have to focus on the cost. You have to reduce your cost, how to reduce the cost, cut the cost, and aim only at the cost aspect. And the other one is differentiation focus. So you focus on one difference, and based on that you do your all your tactical maneuvers. Now, developing additional competitive marketing strategies, you can use value disciplines like what is your operational excellence. If you are much better than competition in terms of operational excellence, you can make that a competitive marketing strategy. Now, you look at example, if ABT and Brook Bond or Tata, you compare, ABT is nothing, because Brook Bond and Tata is huge conglomerates with lots of products, with lots of money at their disposal. But where these people excel is their operational part, because they are only focusing only certain areas, maybe five or six states in south, and maybe Orissa, and there they are trying to be the best as far as operations is concerned. So for example, what they say is that they are basically looking at below the line activities in terms of promotion. So what they say in the market is that two companies who definitely give what they promise in terms of offers. For example, they offer that they will give so and so thing, and they will follow through with it is Bakers and ABT. So operational excellence is something. Then you have customer intimacy. How do you have your customer relationship? If the customer relationship is very good, then you have another marketing advantage. There is a competitive advantage that you're having, which you can use as a strategy. So customer intimacy is one, and the last one is product leadership. You can look at product leadership. You can be a leader in the product category, and you can come out with new products, which is in effect you are looking at product strategy as such. So these are some of the marketing strategies that you can look at.